It is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Absolutely.
What does that mean, Damon?
Monday.
It's the first day of the week.
Also, another foodie show.
That's
Welcome,
right.
everybody. How are we doing?
Hey, man, we
Oh.
live.
We got Boss Man slapping stuff.
I don't know what he's doing up there.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
I'm
not sure
putting the
what-
cork back in.
It looked like you were
that
hitting
was
a
a little
Heinz
aggressive.
50
You don't
Right.
slap a cork when you're done. It's like I
Nah.
poured that. Boom. Made that my
Nah.
bitch.
No, I don't want it that hard to pull out. Next
I'm not
time-
gonna lie. That was an aggressive pour. I did not mean.
That is a nombre pool for sure.
Well, let's get
Yeah,
into
that
this real quick before that's finished. right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's for the whole show, everybody.
Oh, wait.
Calm down.
Before we got the original Dudette,
The OG.
the OG Dudette,
Mm-hmm.
the Queen of the Q. Tina Cannon is here, folks. That's right. We got
Bell
her
of the
back in.
ball.
Hot off Memphis in May. I'm sure we'll talk about it. But if you don't know Tina, that's your own damn fault. Let's get into it.
Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnny and Dana will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnny and Dana will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show.
Oh, now we got clips from me and Damon hanging out in
I
South
was gonna say.
Carolina. Before he threw me in the pool.
No, see, that was your own fault.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice it sounded
Yeah,
fuzzy?
no video evidence to back my case. You knew what you were doing.
It sounded good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun to
no,
me.
great. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I keep seeing all these imperfections. I had Damon rewatch the Friday night one like 3 or 4
I
times.
wondered what I was coming back
You
down.
see this glitch? You
Why
see
are
this
we
glitch?
I thought it was like, man, I'm like, these guys are good. They must have known I was walking back downstairs. I thought I was walking in on the intro. I'm like, oh, it started without me. That's fine. You know. And then they're like, oh, and I was like, what did I miss? But yeah, I was like, we would have missed out on
no.
Golly G. Willikers. I knew
It's
I'd
Johnsy just picking apart all of his work.
get it in.
Yes.
Yeah, Tony, rip it away, bud.
No, everybody knows Tina was, one of our first really, accomplished guests that we had on the Dude Network. I think when it either first became the Dude Network or right before it was the Dude
It
Network.
might have been like dude sessions.
It was Dude Sessions, but it was Dudette Sessions.
Right.
Because Tina was the first one that really came on to kind of give us our first, look at that lifestyle of behind the scenes, someone full-time barbecue. And obviously our relationship has been absolutely fantastic. And I'm glad that you guys have one with her now too. We try to bring Tina on once or twice a year because she's just full of so much knowledge. She competes still. She participates in a lot of events. She does stuff with Big Green Egg at the events. She gets asked to do a lot. She's involved with Meals on Wheels. So she's even got her charity side of her that we love. She's just an unbelievable wealth of knowledge in the barbecue world and also the cooking world, as she is a classically trained chef.
Mm-hmm.
We absolutely love Tina. We love everything she brings to the table, including her honesty. We know what she comes out of her mouth is what she says, which is such a breath of fresh air in 2026. Without further ado, the original Dudette, the OG of Dudettes, the one, the only, the triple, Tina Cannon.
Tina, welcome.
Oh, what is that? Pepto-Bismol?
Pepto-Bismol, baby.
First. That's the first. Oh, my God.
That's
Cheers,
incredible.
y'all.
That's messed up, Tina. What are you doing?
Just having a little drink to settle the gut.
A little drink of poo?
You should try kombuchas.
I don't know how I feel
No,
about
I can't
the
do that.
ordeal.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Tina, you're missing out. That blueberry gingerade is money.
Dude, kombuchas in the morning, it just
I haven't had kombucha in a while, and I need
I
one.
hadn't had it.
My gut is doing some funky stuff today. I need it.
Just get some of that.
Get some Pepto.
I don't know how I feel about somebody needing to drink Pepto-Bismol before coming on the show.
No, that's about on brand.
That's not a good. That's not a
About
good.
on brand,
Yeah.
bro.
What is like little rascals? You make me sick to
I'm
my
with the
gut.
dudes again.
What is
Love
it?
alfalfa.
Indigestion, right? The old commercial. Well, y'all may
Oh,
not be
dude.
old enough.
My
Upset
favorite.
stomach diarrhea. Hey,
That's my favorite. The
Pepto-Bismol.
very first commercial when they're on the plane, it was that dude, that pretty boy, perfect dude, has a perfect. He has such a nice singing voice. Dude trained his whole life, made it to Hollywood, and got his huge moment just to go diarrhea.
Luckily, I'm not taking it for that reason, or
Right.
I would have had to rebook.
Wouldn't that have been funny though? Like you're like, hey, I got booked for the singing gig, national advertising campaign.
Yeah.
Like, I made it.
Yeah,
What's
that's right.
the lyrics? Diarrhea.
Well, you get the whole. They would give you the whole script so that you knew where your part come in. You're like, oh man, I wonder which line I'm singing. They're like, Johnny, yeah, you're our diarrhea dude. Come on.
Come on, Johnny. All right, say diarrhea like you mean it.
Get excited about it.
It was a passion.
Diarrhea.
More
It
passion.
is
You
More
so
don't even
funny.
act like you got it. You haven't. You sound like you taking a solid shit since Nom.
Oh wow.
That was too
That
much.
got really aggressive.
Yeah.
Well,
He's been on one.
Oh my God.
He's been on one all weekend.
Man. He has been. He has been.
just Tuesday night for everybody watching. Yeah. I was sick all weekend, so this is the first night where I can kind of like let loose a little bit. So hell yeah, that's probably why. Tina,
Yeah.
it was really nice hanging out with you at Memphis in May. You got to do a lot of really cool stuff down there.
Yeah.
So talk about what you've been up to since the last time we've talked to you. Last time I think it was your seasoning line, your new one had just come out.
Right.
And that was where we're at. So fill us in from what the OG Dudettes has been up to since then.
Well, I still am affiliated with Meals on Wheels. As you know, I'm a board member now.
Right.
Ooh,
so
nationally or locally?
Just in this county right now.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah. So I do that instead of cooking daily. I'm not there on a daily basis anymore.
Good for
So
you.
I'm just after the last year being 60-something thousand meals, my last year there by myself, I think I'm done with the physical.
That's a hell of a run. Hey,
Yeah.
seriously though,
Way to go
Yeah.
out on.
That's right.
I want everyone to hear that number again. 60,000 meals.
It was over 60. I think I was at 62, almost 63,000 just in my last year.
Hang on,
Yeah.
I'm going to look up something here real quick.
That's nuts. I
That's a
mean,
lot.
What is the population of Coweta County, Georgia?
Oh well, yeah.
Coweta.
He says it. He
I
says
said
it
it
so
right.
bad,
He
huh?
talks funny.
I said
Yeah,
Coweta.
yeah, you
Sorry, I got a proper accent. My bad.
Oh,
All right, so there's
wow.
156,000 people live in Coweta County as of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So 60,000 meals in 1 year, 360 days in a year, roughly 365. And so you take that's roughly like 20 to 30 meals every day, right?
That was a lot more
No,
than
buddy. That
On
math is-
average. I'm just saying that's
ain't
not weak. I'm
mathing
saying
right.
that's on average.
No,
That
that
math-
math.
No.
Hang on. Hang
Lot
on,
more
hang
than
on,
that.
hang on.
Yeah,
I
sure.
gotta do the math here. My math.
Yeah, that
is-
math
Take
ain't
like
math.
62, 63,000.
Let's go.
Okay, you
And
made
divided by-
you made 165 meals a day on average, and that's with Saturday and Sunday factored in.
There we go. See, 171.
62.
You did 62.5. I did 60. Don't be trying to negate my
She said
math made up numbers.
62 close
Anyway,
to 63.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
So
shit.
the need is still in our community. Luckily, I was able to train somebody to be able to do what I did. The
That's
problem
awesome.
is now is money. A lot of people are donating less. So,
Mhm.
of course, that's part of a problem with a lot of charities now.
Yeah,
So,
well,
but-
times are tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. So now I'm doing my classes. You mentioned Big Green Egg, that I was there with at Memphis in May. I was in the VIP area this year with Mel Dark Side of the Grill.
I
And
was
we fed a
too.
lot of
To eat.
people every day, 3 meals plus dessert, snacks, everything while we were there. So it was a lot of hard work, but it was so nice to meet so many people. And there was people there. I don't know if you got to meet them, Tony, all the way from Australia.
I didn't get to meet any
Yeah.
international.
I
folks,
mean, there
no.
was several international, but that was like the furthest away. So it was really cool to be able to meet people from everywhere. And of course, they've already wrote me since they've been home.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
yeah,
cool.
and ask it because they bought a mini max as soon as they got home. So they kind of want to know how to cook on it because I have a mini max, which is the one that's about like that, and then I have an XL. So it's nice. I get a lot of questions, and I teach up at the headquarters at Big
Yeah.
Green Egg. Matter of fact, I have a class this Saturday, Big Green Egg 101, which is for people that are either new to it or getting one or just need a refresher of everything from how to light it, how to take care of it.
If you're watching
type of
this
thing.
show, you missed it, but catch out the next one.
Yep.
Yeah. So I teach up there, and they put, if you're in the Atlanta area, they put it on their schedule, the cost of it and all of that. But this class, everybody gets to learn to light. Everybody gets their own egg, and they light it. They take it apart. They know all the parts, and then they're going to cook on it. And we're going to cook a few things that people. Some of the first things that people want to know how to cook, of course, is a reverse sear on a steak,
Right.
and then we're going to do some chicken. So those are the first things that most people start on. All of us are experienced cooks. So, but we want to start with the beginning because people make cooking on an egg much more difficult than it really has to be. And I think that's affiliated because it's not a cheap grill smoker, and they think it has to be more complicated, but it's just airflow. And if you can cook on a Weber, you can cook on an egg.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Real quick,
yeah, go ahead, John Z. No, go ahead.
I just
go ahead,
want to
please.
put one more thing in perspective on that 60,000 meals plus. I'm 40 years old times 365 days of 40 times, right? If
Yeah.
I have cooked a meal every single day on this earth, I would still have only cooked 14,600 meals.
Holy
Wow.
shit! Nice, John Z.
Yeah, I was like, let's
He's good at math.
Hey,
Well,
he's
No,
mathing up down there. Hey, what?
Apple's really good at math.
Yeah, that's all right.
true. Yeah, he's mathed up.
Yeah. Definitely not
Tina,
messed
you
up.
old kidder, you old jokester.
Put the
So-
clean version. But
Damon.
that's what I'm doing. I'm going to Holland, the country, in a couple weeks. I think I fly out on the 18th, and I'm going to be over there teaching hog classes at, if y'all want to look up the BBQ Ranch in Holland. They are actually a female cook and the current champion for last year, and it looks like she's going to be the champion this year. And while I'm there, I'm going to go cook a KCBS contest with her.
At Holland, KCBS is in
in-
Holland.
Yeah, they're in Europe.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
know that. All
So
right.
I'm going to stay there for a couple weeks and teach classes. Hog. We're going to build a cinder block hog pit, just like I have here at the house that I teach old school cooking on. And then we're going to go do a contest the next weekend.
I can't read.
Good for you.
I know. I'm excited about it.
Holland. It's not home of
Yeah.
Amsterdam, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm about an hour. There's two airports. One's in Amsterdam, and I can't pronounce the other.
Are you going to go through the window district just at least take a peek?
I've been there before.
You would, you old
Tina.
Tina.
Hey, I want to experience the culture.
How much did you pay?
How
100
many
euros
guys-
or 50 euros?
They do have guys now in a certain area. They didn't back then, and they also have some lady boys. So
Yeah, that we don't care about the naked windows. What
Mm.
about that? Like the hash coffee.
Yeah, are you going to
spots and stuff?
literally do
The
this
good
competition methed up or what?
no.
You can
No,
do whatever you
y'all
want
know
them
I'm
to.
Yeah, you
barely
can do
even-
whatever.
I
You
barely
can,
even
and there's
do
no
it.
repercussions. You could do a little snort, snort, little smoke, smoke, little
Little-
wheeze, wheeze. all at the same time and be okay.
And then
John,
go
you
cook
know
the.
I have never even smoked a cigarette in my life.
Hey,
So
Don't
what
go
you
swimming
should
in the
do-
canal. Don't go swimming in the canals. I don't think they like that part.
What
No.
you
That's
should
the
do
part they don't
is you
like.
should buy a bunch of the hashish, give it to all the people that you're about to cook for, and it'll literally be like, hey, not only did the Queen of Barbecue
Oh,
blow your minds,
I
but
thought
it
you
is
were going to tell her
literally
to,
the best barbecue you've ever eaten. You're
I
welcome.
thought you were going to tell her to mail that back to Ohio, and I was
No.
like,
I would never. Whoa, dude! I would never condone
No.
someone bringing me home a present I've
mean-
always dreamed about.
me neither. That's bad. Don't do that.
Y'all, I won't. Y'all know I'm like boring
Oh,
and
poor
straight
Tina.
laced.
I'm like, hey, can you just
In all fairness, she should know by now, and she keeps agreeing to do this. So it's kind of her
Yeah.
fault, you know.
That's true. It is. Mm.
So funny story about Tina at Memphis, and Damon, you'll appreciate this.
Okay, here we go.
She was going to do this
My top
bourbon
liver?
brownie, but the problem was the bourbon came up missing.
Oh,
So she's like, I need bourbon. Well, somebody comes walking up with a bottle of Blanton's like, hey, Tina, I heard you need bourbon. She's like, boop, bloop, 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 dumps out like a quarter bottle of that Blanton's.
That dude pooed
And she was
his
like,
pants.
here you go, thanks, and hands it back to him. And he's like sitting there looking at her like this look in his eyes like, what the fuck did I just do?
oh wow.
I don't think he knew she was going to cook with. She went through a quarter bottle of Blanton's for the brownies at the VIP event. I was dying because I knew. I saw it look in that guy's eye, and he was like, I was not.
Tina, I freaking love
And
you,
I
man.
remember
That is
coming
the
up, like,
best.
I come up and, like, saw Mel, like, a couple hours later, and I was like, best brownies of all time right here. Guaranteed.
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
were
definitely the most expensive.
chocolate cherry pecan bourbon brownies
Oh,
Wow.
on
my
the
God,
big green
dude.
egg. Yeah.
It was awesome because that
About-
guy was like, "Hey,
about
Tina," he was like a
$100
proud little
brownie.
peacock. He was showing off his little baby, like unopened blur. It was unopened, Damon.
Oh
He's
wow.
like, he comes walking up and he's like, "Hey, Tina, I heard you need bourbon." She goes, "Yep." Like basically, without doing this, like, pooh.
Hey,
I was like, you had to be there because the look on that guy's face was like he
Oh,
wanted to
no.
be he wanted to be supportive. He was like,
right.
"Yeah, anything I can do to help," but
But he didn't know he just lost $60 of bourbon.
oh.
Oh, he went back, dude. He went back
Sorry.
and he cried. He was like,
Oh
Because
yeah.
I wanted
He
to
cried
look
in
at
the car.
Tina.
He
I,
cried in
wanted,
the car.
I didn't have the heart to look at Tina and like interrupt this transaction and be like, I was like, you know what? I want to see this. Tina, use it. In my mind, I was like, please pour that on them brownies. Please pour it. I was like, oh, she's pouring it on the brownies. Oh, that's a lot on the brownies. Oh, there's an extra pan of brownies. It's like,
oh, dude, that's
I was dying.
amazing.
I was like, oh, that Blanton's looks so good. I'm definitely not going to ask for a pour after that.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like,
Mhm.
that guy's
And you
going
know
to
what was
recover.
funny? The next day,
You didn't
the
see the Blanton's the
VIP,
rest of the weekend.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
the next day, all the people wanted, and I just winged it, because I'm not a baker, but they were good. I just like winged it, and so many people like, are you gonna make those brownies again? And I'm like, no.
Hey, homeboy
I
slipping out the back of the
Yeah, I
tent. when
can't
he
find
leaves
any
out.
more bourbon. I'm
Yeah.
really trying to find that Blanton's. That shit was good. That made a good brownie.
Well, you're
Tina, do you
only
know that-
supposed to
do-
cook
do you
with
know that-
wine and alcohol that you would drink, and that's
Yeah.
a good
Bingo.
one, right?
Oh, that's
Bingo.
yeah. People wait. If you get one bottle of that a year in a lot of places, that's a privilege.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
And you took a quarter of it and dumped it in your
And,
brownies.
and,
Yeah.
and in certain areas, that's
Yeah.
almost a $200 bottle.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
somewhere that's
So
a $200.
That's why I say,
Those
old
those
boy
were
just
good.
lost $60 quickly.
He
Yeah.
would have been better
I might
off
need
buying
to
it.
send a thank you note.
You might,
Nah,
or
that's
send him
on
a
him.
mini
No.
max. One of the two.
No.
That's on him. You don't
No.
walk up to a barbecue tent.
Yeah.
I got bourbon. No,
Do your
that's
background.
on you, dude. That's
if you
on
knew,
you.
hey, if he knew you like we knew you, I would have brought you up some like Evan Williams. Been like, here you go.
Nah,
So
that's
cheap.
He
a
did
little
not
dirty.
do his due diligence.
He did
That's-
not. Do your
No.
hey, everybody watching, do your homework.
Right.
Case in point.
There's a
I
reason
have
it
a
says
big bar here at my house.
He
And
really thought that.
and
he was
y'all
gonna-
know me, I don't drink a lot. But all of that is like stuff I cook with. It's hysterical. I've got
Oh.
everything because I cook with a lot more alcohol than I've ever drank and
Right.
always have.
in
So,
like the
and
3 years
bourbon is
I've
the
known
main
you,
one.
like in the 3 years I've known you, I've seen you drink like 3 glasses of wine, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and that's at 3 different times.
Yo, yeah. Very spaced apart,
I
folks.
think there was
Very
one.
spaced
I think there
apart.
was one show you came on. You had like a drink made up, and you had,
Yes.
and it was like I think it was Malibu coconut rum. Is that
Yeah.
it?
Yep, Wimpy. And it was probably mixed with Sunny D.
Yep, it was. It was.
Yeah,
I do remember this. I do.
That's
I'm
right.
such a wimpy drinker.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah.
Hey,
I either use coconut rum or I buy the pineapple vodka and mix it with
All
Sunny
I'm
D.
hearing is go to events with Tina, and she can get you back to the hotel at the end of the night because she's gonna be
Yes.
sick. You know, so
Yes.
I'm hearing responsibility and good choices and all this.
Right.
I'm the only chef you know that has no tats. I've never did a drug, and
Tina, don't lie about that one on your
No,
lower
I
back. Don't
No,
lie.
no
That dude
tats.
network, that dude approves sticker you got back there.
No tattoos.
What would it take for you to get a dude approved sticker tat on your back?
I ain't doing it.
Nope.
Nope.
I have my own tattoo machines. What if we just do like a little smiley face somewhere?
What if we do like a little star of David? Sorry, that was weird.
No, okay.
What?
I was going for random. I was going for random, Damon. Don't look at me with those eyes.
Oh, that's
because that would think about it. If she would randomly get the star of David, Eddie would throw everybody off. Like, oh, I didn't know you're practicing. Like, oh, I'm not. Why do you have it? Like, I don't know. But
I liked it.
Do you have any others? Nope, just this one. I think it'd be a funny story. It would just be
Put it on my elbow.
On your elbow.
Yeah. Elbow.
Hell yeah. Right here. Let's do it. One time. John, when we come down to your whole hog, we're going to do it.
I wish y'all would.
We will.
It is on the
I'm
list.
telling you, that day will come, Tina.
I hope so. Because I usually do a class the very end of October. Middle October, I'm going to the Smoky Mountain Cooking School, and I'm doing a hog class there.
Oh, what are you going? Are you going to World Foods?
I'm not going to go this year. No. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass. I would love to go because I saw Mike McLeod in the VIP area. Mm-hmm. He came in and said hello, and he asked me, and I said, no, I don't think I'm going to compete. But if you need an MC or a judge, you let me know.
I ended up having to judge at Memphis. Did you know that?
Yeah. No.
I ended up having to judge.
Yes, I did see something. Okay.
I had to judge.
Judge.
It was the head-to-head flavor off over there. And I enjoyed it, but I felt really uneasy judging someone's opportunity for a golden ticket with not a lot of training on the judging. So I had to get a crash course. I feel like both the people that I picked won, so I feel good about that. But yeah, it was really cool, and it was Springer Mountain Farms chicken related both times. So, but it was really cool. Got to introduce all them, but yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed judging. I think I could get into it. Essentially, I think I could get into it.
Here's my problem with that, though. Exactly what you just said. Is you're like, oh, I felt so bad judging because I have no training. What do you need training for to know food's good?
I know, and you know what? When I tasted it, luckily I was like, please don't let both of these be unbelievable because I don't want to have to choose. Luckily, in both situations, one was clearly better than the other. So yeah,
that's good. So
I just don't get it.
Barbecue judges are trained for but. And they do go through a training for World Food because it's called EAT. There's a way. So Johnson, it's probably not, of course, your palate, everybody's different, but it's more of like the scoring system.
Yeah,
that
execution
most people need trained on because it's hard. It is hard when something is so subjective, right?
Now, this was my understanding, and confirm this, Tina. You had appearance, taste, and execution. Where execution was a weighted category, and appearance and taste are important, but not as important as execution. And execution is when they tell you what they're cooking. That if they're saying for example, the one was like a buffalo chicken sandwich with a fried green tomato on it. You were supposed to be able to tell that it was a fried green tomato, could taste it, could taste the buffalo. Anything they told you that was in that dish, you were supposed to be able to clearly taste it. If they didn't execute that, then you were supposed to be not nice on this score.
Right.
So my understanding, so if that was that, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
yeah.
then I judge good. I judge good.
Did they give you a verbal description of the dish, like, or did you read it?
Yes.
You read it?
I know they got on the microphone and told us what we were going to be.
If it's almost
which I didn't like that it wasn't blind, because if I would see somebody cooking not sanitarily, like I would I like the anonymity more of it than naming, because if you know somebody prior, like it would be hard to keep that out of your score.
Yeah, here's the other deal: if you ain't cooking sanitary, you ain't deserve to be at World Foods.
Yeah.
True. But when you're at World Food, there are chefs walking around watching everything you do in sanitation. So it's a little bit different what you went to there. But the judging is blind once it goes there, but they're walking around to make sure you're wearing gloves, or you're not cross-contaminating. They're watching your techniques. Like if you said that you were using sous vide, you better be using sous vide, or an ingredient. And this last year I got down to the wire. I did seafood again, and I got down to the wire because I was right by the time clock, and it was not right. All of a sudden the time clock changed. I don't know if there was a power glitch or
like
whatever.
For the better or for the worse for you?
For the worst.
Oh no!
Never gonna work for the better.
I literally turned it in with, I think there might have been 3 seconds, might have been, and one of my ingredients that was on my description did not make the plate.
Oh,
oof.
So yeah.
So you didn't get to execute what you described.
And I didn't bitch about that because, everybody else had to deal with the same thing. It wasn't just my time. It was everybody.
I will tell you, there needs to be a better clock management display, because it was a pull off the cell phone and, you have this. And then I remember there was like the first, I shouldn't get into this too much, but like the first contest was like they heard 5 minutes till turn in, but really they had 15 because Damon, as you know, you got that 10-minute turn in window.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they rushed to get it turned in 5 minutes. Didn't know they had the extra 10. It was sloppily put together. It hurt the appearance, and then they didn't put enough slaw on it. They just didn't cut it and present it properly. And I had to ding them in the scorecard, but I told them, like, you had an extra 10 minutes. What you gave me was rushed.
Well, at the actual World Food Championships, it's a huge board, giant screens. But I don't know if it was a glitch or what, because I looked at and the screen's like a huge giant screen. I'd say 8 feet. And I looked and it had time. So I made, what I did not put on my dish was a caramelized fish sauce. And you have to caramelize it. You can't burn it. You got to stay with it. And then you put it, and you put it in a bottle or a bag or whatever. And then you put it on, and it kind of hardens a little bit.
Right.
I wanted mine to be a little bit crispy once you put it on, almost like a cage.
Yeah, give it like a little texture
versus the gooiness. So I had cooked mine to like almost the crack stage, and then all of a sudden, people start screaming, like, because they're running to turn in, and I'm the very last cook from turn in. So the sauce I'm still stirring, because you literally, and then I was going to take the spoon rather than put it in a bottle, and do like a swirl around my shrimp that were on skewers sticking out about this tall. It didn't get to do it, so I basically like ran trying to keep a plate, from messing around. Ran and sat it down when they were counting down. If I had 3 seconds, I don't even know if it was that. But see, I missed an ingredient that was in my description.
Okay.
I don't know how many points that was, but I knew then, might as well just go on.
Well, at that point, it's kind of at that level at the championships, you can't miss anything.
Nothing at all. And the atmosphere.
And there's times you can't miss anything. You don't miss anything, and it's still. I mean, it's splitting hairs at that.
It'd
level.
be like the fried green tomato on the buffalo chicken sandwich. Them not putting the tomato on it.
They
the sauce was part of it.
She put it on a brioche bun. Unfortunately, she didn't toast the brioche bun enough. That was like got a little soggy.
Oh,
But
soggy.
she did like a mango bourbon finish sauce on top of it with the fried green tomato and the buffalo chicken.
Was it good bourbon?
It wasn't Blanton's good, but
No, it wasn't Tina Cannon good, that's for sure.
it was probably the George Dickel down in Memphis. You know, it's probably the George Dickel base. But you know,
don't hate on Dickel.
yeah. But no, it was. I remember that was a really good. They did a real. I was really impressed with that sandwich.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, Johnsy, I know Tina. I know it's hard to believe we're already 30 minutes into this freaking show.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
I know that's our fault. You're easy to talk to. Johnsy's got a lot of questions for you. Rapid fire.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip to the rapid fire.
Yeah, let's just skip to the rapid fire. So,
favorite cut of meat to smoke.
Oh crap! I can't. Shit. Depends on the time of year. Right now it's brisket.
Okay.
I didn't know you all could get briskets in Georgia.
Oh God, that's tri-tips we can't get.
Yeah, well,
unfortunately. All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
what's your one kitchen tool that no one else can touch?
My knives.
Microwave.
Hey, that is a shout out to way back right there for sure. Dream collab dinner. Who you cooking with?
Oh.
Besides one of us, obviously.
All of us.
Oh, Lord. I'm not going to say his name right, but Michael. He's got a twin brother.
Not Simon.
No. But I can't say his name right. So, but anyway, somebody will say, I'm sure.
Okay.
That's fine. Or Boku. Chef Boku.
Oh, okay. I think we can all answer this one. Sweet tea or bourbon?
Sweet tea.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. With bourbon.
Oh, now that's a cocktail.
It actually is good. And then you put mint in it.
It's called a Lynchburg lemonade. Put a little lemonade in that thing, too.
Oh, what?
Oh, okay. All right.
Sweet tea, lemonade, bourbons. Lynchburg lemonade.
Yeah, you said Lunchburg. That's why it confused us.
I said lunch?
Yeah.
Hey, well, she said you got an accent, so John's as you were.
Garage beer.
Tina, what's your guilty pleasure food?
Panna cotta.
Ooh, interesting.
That's my favorite dessert, too.
Okay. That's a new one.
Cookbook or no cookbook? You ever use cookbooks?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I use them
but I'm in the process of doing one myself.
Ooh.
You know how hard that is?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I do.
I'm living it.
1,000 meals. I never measured one.
Well, it's like a spring around farms.
Like
I got to submit a recipe every month, and I'm just like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
When I do a video, with a recipe, it takes me longer because I don't measure. And I know people need to measure. Like tonight, I did a live, which it's on my Instagram now, if y'all want to go look at it, where I made Cody's food. And I have to think, how much do I actually put on it? So I made a batch yesterday just to make sure
to get the
I
measurements
right.
right.
Because I don't really measure it.
Right.
And if you watch chefs, bakers measure, chefs do not measure.
No.
And that's the old saying, like, cooking with babes, she, measure with your heart, and that's what I do, not only with my, home cooking kind of stuff, but if I made, Chateaubriand or anything like that, I'm not going to measure. No.
Yeah. I'm like a season to taste guy. So whenever I'm asked to I'm just like, season to preference with your desired seasoning.
Yes, or your steak desired temperature.
Yes, desired. What you desire is up to you. But here's what I do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, Johnsy, you got more?
Yeah, we got a few more on this not so rapid fire. What's worse? What's worse, under seasoned or overcooked?
Right.
Oh
my God.
That's a good one, Jaunty.
If you're just considering salt a seasoning, then overcooked is worse.
I'm with you
But
100%.
if
And
you're
I can add a little
if
bit
you're
more.
if it's like this stuff, then
It don't matter what the
Yeah.
meat temp is. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Eh,
What the cluck?
If barbecue had a theme song, what would it be?
barbecue
Ooh.
competition would be the Beverly Hillbillies. Because it's like
Oh, that is
but I would-
amazing.
yeah,
That's a
and
beat.
Deliverance. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Ding a ling a ling
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear
That's it.
banjos.
Yes.
Oh man.
Okay, last two. If you could describe your cooking style in 3 words, what would they be?
Properly seasoned, properly cooked.
That's 6.
Oh,
That's 4.
seasoned, cooked, delicious.
Boom, baby.
Hey, there we go.
Last one. This one's gonna be a banger, folks. If you had whoa. If you had I almost left the chat. If you have 20 minutes to impress a stranger, what are you making?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh shit.
20 minutes?
Hey,
20
John, you
minutes?
don't play. John, hey, yeah,
Johnsy's
you're
recipe
amazing.
book goes down to less than 0. at 20
You
minutes.
are a major leaguer. We were. These aren't soft questions.
It would be, I know this is passe, but I would make grilled lobster with butter, compound butter.
I'll be there. We got 20 minutes to feed me. I'll be
20
right there.
minutes? Damn.
You can cook lobster. You can cook
I was
any
thinking-
seafood in that long. of a
Minute.
time.
Okay, let's go around. I actually like this question for all of us. Damon, 20 minutes or less. Someone shows up at your door. What you making?
I can't even say mine, dude.
But it's you have to cook something to impress
You can say
them.
it, Johnsy.
Yeah.
No, because you guys are just gonna give
No, I'm
me
not.
a whole dump truck load of fecal matter.
Well,
on this.
let's don't try this
Oh.
speak matter then. Go ahead.
It would be a pasta. Because yes, I can cook it in 20 minutes.
Oh, well.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Damon,
Oh, I don't know, man. I can't cook in 20 minutes.
I would go with like a cast iron queso without meat.
If that's cooking to impress,
That's
If I had 20
He's not
minutes to
impressed,
impress, I'm telling you, I can make a mean ass queso. I can make a mean ass queso.
see, I'm thinking cooking to impress, something more high end.
See, I
that's
could
what
even
I'm
do
thinking.
like some homemade tortilla shells. Like,
I'll tell you what I would do. First, as soon as they walked in, I'd start my pan, and then I would slice my homemade pancetta and be like, yeah, I cured this myself. And then bang out a dish real quick. And yeah.
Oh, another thing would be like
We'll get you in
sliders.
this, Lena.
I could do like some good sliders.
In
Yeah,
20
that's funny.
minutes?
If I had lunch meat and cheese, yes.
That's not food to impress.
what I was gonna say. We're talking
But
about.
if I had 10,
Bro,
if I'm in preheat,
impressed, wow.
if I'm preheating the oven while I'm assembling the sliders and throw them in and let them melt and bake for 15 minutes with a brushed butter sauce on top. you
And
can
how
do it.
many wars were won over cold cuts, bud? 0.
I'm trying to make them hot in the oven, Johnsy. Listen to my words. Listen,
We still love you, Tony. We do.
I don't love any of you right now.
Another one would be good is like pan-seared scallops with the perfect, crust
I'm
on
out
it.
on that one.
Like the
I
big
can't.
giant scallop. See that
Dude, also,
simple.
I still have
20
I still have
minutes,
yet
delicious.
to eat a good scallop.
you know
Yeah.
what? A good bone-in pork chop on the
In 20
skillet.
minutes?
On the skillet, yes.
If it's this thick?
No. 20 minutes? You're
Bro, you ain't
nuts.
getting the Iowa.
Get a thin ass skillet. I'm not saying cast iron. Get a thin ass
Tony,
skillet.
you messed up.
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
messed up. They call me
methane,
methane.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
My
Damon, what
favorite
did you-
gas
what
to
are you
cook
doing?
on is
Let's put-
methane. Let's
Yeah.
go.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not fancy like that, so I don't know.
You can't cook nothing in 20 minutes, Dave?
Nope. Some beanie weenies.
That's fine. All right,
Oh my
Damon.
God, I got a recipe coming out this week for beanie weenies.
Oh,
There
see,
you
there
go,
we go.
Damon.
Yeah,
You can make her
yeah.
beanie
Oh, you
weenies.
talk
On my
some shit,
grill,
boy,
yeah.
Damon.
Yeah, see,
I
that's what I'm
like
talking
how
about.
Damon's like this accomplished, very good cook, and he just like completely shits on himself like every time.
All the time.
Like I'm going to devalue myself so no one thinks my
Yeah.
cooking's good.
You know what I fixed for someone that I know that's a foodie that's traveled all over the world when he came to visit me? And he was so impressed and still talks about this. And this has been like before COVID, okay? Life before COVID. I made a French rolled omelet. Like
Okay.
the real
A
way.
good
And
omelet
he
under
sat at
20
my
minutes,
bar
Tina?
And watched and went,
Breakfast. Yeah, breakfast would be a solid 20-minute or less.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
I
good.
couldn't do biscuits or anything in 20 minutes.
No,
Right,
not
no
biscuits,
way.
but you could make a mean ass omelet in under 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Or
I did. The traditional. We got to
or like some stacked ass
rolled
pan.
perfect
Yeah.
omelet that was
Yeah.
thin. Rolled it into his plate, and he was like, "That's one
Yeah.
of the first things that you learn in culinary school."
That's
in
what I was
Europe.
about to say. They teach you with eggs first, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That and the mother sauces. That's the
Yeah.
first thing.
5
Yep.
mother
I'll
sauces.
put my scrambled eggs up against anybody. So I would probably say scrambled eggs.
Is
are
there
20
any liquidy moisture to them at all?
It
Trash.
can be.
Trash.
It can be, but the kids, I make them for the kids, so they don't like that.
I don't know how people eat scrambled eggs, but you can still see like liquid egg on there.
Yeah,
I don't even. I guarantee if you served me eggs like that, I probably won't eat your food ever again because I'm like,
I can't do
They're not
slimy.
committed. They're
No,
not
I
committed.
can't either. They have
Hey.
to be done.
Jessica White once said, "I'm tired of eating sloppy, slimy eggs."
Y'all want me to tell you something that's good? That just
Well,
don't
of
knock it
course.
till you try it.
Oh,
Beat
boy.
up your eggs to scramble, right?
Right.
But put in per egg about a scant tablespoon of cottage cheese.
All the time.
Yeah, I've heard that for.
I have
that makes-
not. I have
It's
And
not.
extra
then cook it
protein
like
eggs,
if
yeah.
you want to do it
Mm-hmm.
omelet style, or if you want to
Mhm.
just scramble, and then with fresh
Fluffy,
chives.
yeah.
The problem
I
with
like
cottage
chervil
cheese is that
or
shit's
fresh parsley.
expensive.
What is?
The cottage cheese is damn expensive these days. The good stuff,
Bro, you
Yeah.
got way
There's
too
shitty
used to
cottage
$10
cheese.
meals.
You
I
got
am
that's
a-
what I'm gonna say. You too
I'm a
many
cottage
$10,
cheese
bro.
snob, man. It's got to be Smith's Red 2% or less fat. It's got to
No,
be.
I use
It's
full
not
fat.
You got to use full fat.
Yeah,
Full
what
fat.
are you doing, dude?
I
Yeah,
can't
don't
find
use-
full fat.
When you look on the other side of the half fat, it's right there beside it.
It's usually to the right of it. Yeah.
Hey, before we get out of here, Tina, show everybody those seasonings real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I already
Yeah.
did. But so this is
No, yeah.
all porked up.
It's good. It's sweet.
Yep.
It's got a little Swedish tint to it. It's got that brown
Mhm.
sugar, makes a killer
Mm.
bark on the pork butt on the low and
it
slow.
does, and it's also got a little bite to it. And what the cluck? Now, when
What
I
the
made my
cluck?
party ribs, that I don't know if I posted the video yet, I put these two together. Just
Oh.
because it says what the cluck and has a chicken on it. Remember,
Mhm.
you can
Good.
mix it up.
Please
Can I-
experiment with your seasonings, folks.
Can I
please.
say something to you, Tina?
Oh, boy.
Of course.
It's one thing I don't like about your seasoning line. I have to tell you.
What?
I don't like how you said you have to use this because that's
You
what people
don't.
think.
Yeah,
Well, that's
they
what
do.
people think. They see it like, oh, what the cluck? I have to use it on poultry. I don't
Yeah.
like when a seasoning is partitioned to a certain protein.
Yeah.
It needs to be a universal name that goes on all things. So I'm sorry. I know you
That's
want me to be honest with you, Tina.
What
and I'm
if-
being
Yeah,
honest.
just be honest. That's
It's
better.
really good. It's really good stuff. And to mix them and everything. So yeah, like Johnsy said, play with your seasonings. Put them on other things. Don't listen
Yeah.
to the little animal that's on the front of one. It's not just
Right.
Tina. There's a lot
It's-
of them that
It's
do
really
that.
what I developed it for. Now this one's called Here's the Beef. And it's very, if you've ever tried my European blend, it's herbaceous just like that.
Well,
But it has
Well, we're down
a
for
whole
the
different-
herbaceous, bodacious stuff. You know what I mean?
bodacious herb. And then of course I still have European blend, which is still my top
Money.
seller.
Money.
It's
So
And
good.
then I don't know if you've tried the SPG.
Yep.
It's a little
No, I have
different than
not.
any you've ever seen. Very
I have had
chunky.
it.
Yep.
Everything is
And-
smoked. That's what's
Yeah.
important on that. It's not just smoked salt. It's smoked pepper, smoked garlic.
Right. Yeah, and
Mhm.
they're smoked separate woods. One's in hickory and one's in oak, and then it's put together.
Ooh,
And
you fancy.
but it's after it's smoked, then it's ground. It's not ground and then smoked. It makes a difference. Trust me.
It does because it's less smoke exposure when they can get too smoky, so that does make it.
Yeah, and when you open this, people are like, "Woo, that's strong!" But once you put it on the carrier, the salt,
Yeah,
which creates
exactly.
the osmosis that takes the flavors, and then gives like if you're
Science,
doing
man.
a quick steak and you don't, or something quick that you don't want to smoke, or you want to do it in the house, it makes it taste like you cooked it outside.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that
another
reverse
big one.
osmosis, that was the fancy school version of how we tell you to salt it so that it pulls the moisture out and pulls it back in. That's
Right?
how you're really supposed
Yes.
to say it.
Yeah, we talked about that thing a long time ago.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Tina, I hate to cut this off short, but you have been an absolute blessing to us at the Dude Network. We thank you for
Yes.
always coming on and sharing time with us. We always have a good time. We have a hard time getting you out of here. Here we are. We said 30 minutes and we're at 45. Going
It's
on.
not even your fault either. We just keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, I could go for another hour easily. So, Tina, we love you. We're really happy for everything you've accomplished. Congratulations on your new chapter at Meals on Wheels.
For
You
real.
crushed it. You're still crushing it. You developed your predecessor, which is so hard to do in the professional world. You got your seasoning lineup. You use Blanton's and bourbon brownies. I mean, you're an OG.
That is no doubt that needs to go down like on her wiki page where all the information is about Tina is like highlighted. Tina uses Blanton's for brownies.
And
I'm
me
gonna be honest. I did not know because I don't buy a lot of bourbon. I'm just
Mel
being
did.
honest.
Mel
I
definitely
needed
saw-
bourbon.
Mel was
They
like,
brought bourbon. I used bourbon. There you
you
go.
overrode Mel, Dark Side of the Girl, going like, Tina's blah.
Bam.
He was like, no.
No, that's
But
amazing. I
he
wish I
didn't
was
say
there for that.
no, but he was just like, I looked at him and I was like, she just put Blanton's in the brownies. He goes, she just put Blanton's in the brownies.
Somebody's got it on video somewhere.
Hey, you know what?
She was so fast I couldn't pull my camera
Oh
out
wow!
because I knew the opportunity that was coming, and Tina was like, "Fuck it," before I could even get the camera out, bro.
Oh well.
Funny. It was hilarious.
Hey, no, own that. Own it.
Yeah, no.
Own it.
You
That's
were doing
all
the
you.
VIP tent. They need
Yeah.
some high-end liquor in them bourbon brownies. They paid good
Yeah.
money for that ticket.
That's
I
right.
will go down in infamy for my bourbon brownies. Yes.
I'm gonna,
Hey,
yeah.
call them your Blanton brownies, please.
Yeah.
Fill up the
Oh
goddamn
my
Blanton.
yes.
I'll have to come
Ladies
up
and
with the
gentlemen,
recipe.
minstrels will write songs about the Blanton
I
brownies.
guarantee you, if you hit up Mel after the show and just be like, would you have used Blanton's in the brownies? He'd be like, absolutely not. You have to ask him if he would have used Blanton's in the brownies. He'd have been like, hell no. I would have switched it out for some cheap shit and stole the Blantons to drink all weekend. But Tina.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
We love you.
Off.
We love you, Tina.
To the pearly girl.
To the pearly girl.
The one and only, hey, and no one can ever take it away. The first winner of America's Barbecue Showdown. Just to cap off a long list of trophies. The Southern Bella Barbecue. The original dude, our friend, Tina Cannon.
Woohoo!
Cheers. Oh, what?
I was like, chug, what are we chugging? But you were saying cheers. I got really confused.
Cheers.
It's that accent.
For more confusion, we'll see y'all next weekend, folks. Everybody have a good week.